Brain Gain is sponsored by the Mahoning Valley Manufacturers Coalition, the Moransky Companies, and Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC.
What was the thought pattern in being able to pay kids to do their apprenticeship while they're going to school?
So, it's something that I've been an advocate from the very day one with my time at the MVMC and for Brilex, is I want to make sure that there's an incentive to do this. So not paying is a great way for them to find other avenues to make money. If you're able to pay them while they're in the class and while they're in the program, it's a time commitment, it's a time investment, and your time is worth something, right? So we pay you while you're at work, but we also want to make sure that if you're at X level and we want you to be further up the scale than that, I need to, one, give you the means to get there, and then two, incentivize you to get there. Otherwise, we're not going to eventually arrive where we need to be. So a lot of those folks that are towards the end of their career and getting ready to retire, unfortunately, or maybe fortunately, are running our large mills. Some of our most highly skilled and trained guys are, towards the brink of the end of their career path. And if you want folks that are at the start of their career path to see the pathway, you got to be willing to pay them while they're training up. If you don't, I don't feel like they're going to be willing to do it. I'd easily say there are hundreds of skilled positions open in the Mahoning Valley. If you count the Tri-County area, or maybe even a little beyond that, I couldn't see how it's less than 1,000. But some of the big employers out there are constantly advertising, looking for talent, and some of the small employers out there are doing the same. Now, whether you're hiring 1 or 10, it depends on the size of the company you are. But there's very few billboards I drive by that don't say looking for welders, looking for machinists. There's a lot of radio ads out there saying the same thing. If you look in the newspaper, you see it. If you look on Indeed, you see it. If you look on any of these companies' websites, you see it. And there's hundreds of manufacturers locally, and almost all of them are looking to hire. So even if it was just one per business, you're several hundred.
So the cost of what you're paying for an apprentice, how is that going to relate to your end line, I guess, of filling those skill gaps?
So the cost of an apprentice relative to the return on investment, I believe is what you're asking for, right? It's almost an immeasurable ratio to the benefit of the individual and the company. So, obviously, my first and foremost obligation is to make sure the company remains profitable, that we all remain profitable, we all have jobs, everybody stays safe, customers are happy, all that. So, but we have to have people to make the product for all that to happen. So the apprenticeship being an avenue to get there. You spend, let's just call an apprenticeship $10,000, plus or minus a couple grand, right? I think anybody can quickly ratchet their way into, if you're paying an employee, whether it's $20 an hour, $25 an hour, $30 an hour, and then what you're able to charge for, that individual to an end user or customer, the returns, weeks, months, easily less than a year. So, the return's there. Anybody that you can get a return on investment less than a year, most people are going to say, let's do that. Whether you're changing the light bulbs in your house or whether you're buying a more fuel efficient car, or in my case, I'm investing in an apprenticeship, it pays back relatively quick.
Brain Gain is sponsored by the Mahoning Valley Manufacturers Coalition, the Moransky Companies, and Sweeney Chevrolet Buick GMC.